Hey, what's up out there, online community? And thanks for stopping by and checking out another segment of Straight No Chaser, where we talk sports and culture for fans, oftentimes with the fans. Now, tonight I've got a guest that I've been trying to get on my show for quite some time now. Shout out to Big Francois Wright for making a connection, making it happen. I'm very excited to talk basketball with former NBA player, Big Three star, Chicago basketball icon, Paul McPherson. Shout out to Paul McPherson for joining the show.
Sir, my brother, appreciate the platform, man. Appreciate the love and support, man.
Man, no doubt, no doubt. Now, this is a conversation that a lot of people have been waiting for. I had a lot of questions that have been forwarded to me. We're going to have some people tuning in that are going to be asking, different questions. They might even give you a little ribbon, but it's always love in the shot. It's always love for the shot. And, we've got guys that are tuning in from all across the country. So before we get into it, we're going to do as we always do, as customary. We're going to raise our glasses. And before we get into it, we're about to get into it. Straight No Chaser. Salute.
Salute. Cheers, brother.
Yes. We've had some conversations, as basketball fans here in Chicago, because one of the things that you and several other Chicago basketball players did that hasn't been replicated in some time, we're not sure if we're going to see it again for some time, and that was you went from high school and played junior college ball, JUCO ball at Tallahassee Community College down in Florida.
Yep.
And then you made the decision to go to DePaul, along with Lance Williams, Stephen Hunter, Bobby Simmons, Q Rich. Wasn't Amari Sawyer on that team as well?
Amari came the next year with Andre Brown, so I never got to play with Amari and Andre because I was only there for 1 year.
Okay. So talk about that, because
next year.
What went into that decision for you guys to come together and play at DePaul? First of all, playing at home, where so many players go out of state or go to major power programs, especially when you're on that level of basketball capability. What went into that decision to stay local?
Well, I was one of the last ones to come on. I was, a lot of people don't know this, but I was almost about to go to Cincinnati. My last two choices was between New Mexico and Cincinnati. Bob Huggins was real big on JUCO guys. He came and recruited me. I won the MVP of the Junior College All-Star Game. I was the National Player of the Year my sophomore year as a junior college player. So I was considered the #1 wing player. There was a kid named Marcus Griffith who was considered the #1 big man coming out of JUCO, went to Illinois from Peoria Central. So Quentin was the first one to go to commit, and then Bobby was second. Lance was third, and Lance was one of my good friends. So
okay,
once they got them three together, I was like, oh wow, they coming together like they doing something special. They just missing a few pieces. So my sophomore year at JUCO was their first year at DePaul. So I didn't play a year with Quentin, Bobby, and Lance. Me and Steve came together, and Amari and Andre came the next year. So I saw them bring DePaul back and put DePaul on the map that year. They lost, almost made the tournament, but didn't. But I felt like they were just a piece or two away, and I felt like I was one of those pieces. But ironically, DePaul wasn't recruiting me. Now, I'm already established in my mind. They had a kid named Kerry Harfield that they wanted, who was a shooter coming from Michigan. So they had already had this guy slotted in to be the shooting guard. And Tracy Dildy was a coach on that team at that time, was a mentor of mine. He kept recruiting me, saying, man, Paul, we're going to find a place for you to play. Don't worry about it. We just need you. You're going to be out there.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, well, what position is he going to play? Where is he going to fit? Quentin is this. Bobby is this. Where's Paul going to fit? You know what I'm saying? So I was worried about it. I was like, I'm not going. I'm going to Cincinnati. I'm worked there. Huggy want me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't coming to DePaul. Man, Tracy Dildy came to my house, sat down with my mom for 2 days straight. That man wouldn't leave. And I felt something like, I felt the sincerity in his heart, man. And I said, I'm coming. I called Lance. Lance called Quentin. Quentin called Bobby. Everybody called me. And it was like, man, we got the 7-footer from Proviso, Steve Hunter, coming too. I was like, oh, it's starting to come together now. Like, so by the time we got there, man, it was like a dream come true. It was like the old DePaul team reincarnated. You know, Mark and Terry Cummins and Skip Dillard and Teddy Grubbs. They had 4 Chicago Public League players. So, you know, we had our 4, and I felt like it was kind of trying to like just bring the city back, man, and bring DePaul back, man. And I wanted to be a part of it. So, you know, I joined the circus and we took off, man. And next year was popping.
So talk about that. What was it like being a basketball star on campus? Because DePaul hadn't had that for a while, and they haven't had that really up until this year. What was that DePaul basketball experience like? You rocking and rolling on campus, y'all on national TV. What was it like?
That was crazy. It was ironic because the Bulls sucked that year, right? So this was our test. Jamal Crawford rookie year, Brad Miller, Chandler, and Eddie Curry came there. So people was like, man, we want to see y'all play the Bulls. We think y'all could beat the Bulls. Like the city was just buzzing, bro. Like I tell all the kids now, if you got a chance to stay home and go home and play, man, please do it. There's nothing like it, bro. Like, man, that wave, man, to know that you was playing like how they have the arena now on the south side on 22nd in Michigan. I wish I could have played on 22nd in Michigan. My people was coming from 75th and Dorchester to go to almost O'Hare Airport by the Rosemont Horizon to watch us play our games. But I felt like a rock star. Like I just felt like, you know what I'm saying? I was in the NBA already, man. I was going around with pros. I was getting treated like pros. All our games was on ESPN. We in the newspaper every day, man. It felt like life couldn't get no better, man, if I got drafted. That was one of the best years of my life, that 1 year at DePaul. Just playing college ball with all my brothers. That was super good.
Yeah, because we hear a lot about how, for example, cities like New York take care of their ball players. But a lot of those guys stay home or they come back. There's always that strong connection, but we rarely hear about the Chicago aspect of it. And I think what happened when you guys all went to DePaul and you played and you showed up and showed out, you know, that was what it's about. You know, that's what that Chicago basketball field, and more importantly, that Chicago basketball love is about. You know, being able to represent your city in the city for
That's what it is, man. We want to just rep our city, man. We was sick of seeing all our top players go to Duke and Kansas and Florida and Kentucky, and I still feel the same way today. Like watching DePaul, I hate to see the top Chicago talent going to Kentucky and Kansas and all these other places when I feel like DePaul or Illinois should be viable choices for the elite in Chicago and Illinois every year. But you know, that's neither here nor there, and that's another topic.
Yeah.
But at my time, in my opinion, I just wanted to rep my city, man. And DePaul wasn't nothing popping like DePaul at that time. So I just threw my hat in the ring, and I knew I'd be able to play, and it all worked out, man. Lucky.
And I think you hit it on the head because there was a void in basketball. The Bulls weren't relevant. You know, U of I was going through challenges with their program. So you guys stepped in at the perfect time.
This is the perfect time. And that's the irony of God, I feel like, in just life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had trepidation, and I wasn't even going to go there at the time. But God worked in mysterious ways, man. And the fact that I went there propelled me to get to the NBA. And I probably would have never had a chance to even get dressed or play one day in the NBA if I chose something else. So, you know, I'm thankful for that.
So let's talk